Welcome you guys to the Daily Adventure Story Podcast, which is 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking coffee, but hey, that's not stopping me. I got a couple stories to tell you. One of them is where I flew from California to Texas. I was staying at my brother's, and I was talking to my parents and my older brother. They're like, hey, do you want to come to Texas? I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm fine. They're like, no, you're going to come, come. I'm like, no, hey, trust me, it's fine. I don't want to go. They're like, no, you're going to come. I'm like, trust me, it's fine. And then they put my brother on the phone. They're like, hey, you're going to go. I already bought you a plane ticket. I was like, okay, I don't want to go. I'm like, all right, fine. So got to ride back to my brother's apartment. And I was like, okay, pack all my clothes, what I'm going to need. It's be a couple days. And we get to the airport because I had to be there by 5 o'clock because I get on my plane by 6. And I was like, okay. So I get off the car, and one of my friends, she tells me, she's like, all right, this is what you do. You go down here, you make a left, you go down the stairs, you get on a small bus. With that small bus, it's going to take you to the other side of the airport, and you'll be there. So just follow my directions. Yeah, I did not do that. I went the path she told me. I did not make the left. I made the right. And I happened to take an escalator, go downstairs to a small tunnel, which I was like, yeah, this is not going to take me where I'm supposed to be. So turn around. I see a gentleman that worked at the airport. I'm like, hey, do you know how to get to this plane? They're like, oh yeah, sure, go up the escalator, then you make I think it was a right or left. It was one of those. Then you'll see stairs going downstairs. When you go downstairs, you will make a left, get on the small bus. It'll take you to the other side of the airport, and you'll be there. You won't miss it. Hey, buddy, the little stairs you're supposed to go down, it is hidden. All right, it is literally hidden because that literally took me a while just to get to one spot. So it was literally like a fancy restaurant, some mini fast food souvenir shop, and literally right in the middle of the airport, a bar. Yeah, I am not joking with you, a bar. So I followed the instructions, got on the minibus. So got to the other side of the airport. I'm like, okay, cool, I have plenty of time, I could just sit there, use the restroom, or find something to do. Yeah, no, it was small. Literally 4 TVs, 4 different channels. It was small. But the one thing I could say, lesson number 1, when you are flying, make sure you charge your phone. Lesson number 2, make sure you always follow the instructions of lesson number 1, because that will be one of the things that will help you out a lot. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta charge my phone. But luckily, I brought my charger with me because my phone was at 10%. Put my phone on the charger, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna call my mom, see what she's doing. So I called my mom, my dad. Turns to find out they're having dinner. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm over here starving. They're having dinner. Well, luckily there was a souvenir shop which I could have bought. Well, technically I actually bought it, and I can't believe it. Until this day I still spent the money for a sandwich that I could have made at home. And I was like, okay, cool. So right there, bought it. Bought the turkey sandwich, bought my soda. Yeah, the turkey sandwich was dry. It was completely dry. It did not taste that good, honestly. And then my soda, completely flat. I was like, wow, I spent $12 on this. Yeah, $12, people. It was not fun. It was terrible for me. But luckily, it was almost time for me to get on my plane. So I was like, well, I'll do what I gotta do and make sure I get it done. And finished my food, which I was not happy about. Got on my plane, sat there, like, all right, sweet, gonna go to Texas, be with my parents and my brother, we'll be fine. The plane leaves at 6, or it was supposed to leave at 6 o'clock. We didn't leave until 6:30. I didn't land into Texas until 11:30. I didn't get to an apartment or hotel, whatever it was, until midnight. So I was like, my goodness, it's gonna be a long day for me. So back to the topic. Got on a plane, sat there. I was sitting next to this gentleman, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be a long flight for me. Yeah, that long flight turned out to be having a person kick my chair for a very long time, and I was not too happy about it. Because every time we're up in the air, boom, kick my chair. I was like, oh my goodness, why is this dude doing this to me? Boom, right, kick my chair. I was like, oh my goodness. Kick my chair again. I was like, okay. But luckily, the guy stopped, and I was like, yeah, he finally stopped. Sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long morning. I've been awake since 6 a.m. and it's still 12 a.m. No, 6 a.m. the following morning. But so back to my story. So we're coming down. We're about to land the plane, and I was like, thank you, we finally land. Got off the plane, see my brother. I'm like, right, let's just go. I'm tired. And I'm like, get in the car, picked up some food, get to the hotel. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat and go straight to bed. All you guys have any questions, don't ask. So the next morning, got up, met with my uncle and some of my family. Then I was like, all right, cool. Got in the car, drove straight from Texas back to California, which it felt forever. They said it was 16 hours. No, it's not 16, it's 18. So add a couple more, or plus more. And then it was pretty bad. Second story. When you're flying from one side of the United States to another, make sure you don't have breakfast, make sure you have breakfast and then go use the restroom. Because this was one of the worst experiences that ever happened to me before. And I want to say it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at the airport by 5. So what we did is that, my goodness. Sorry, I'm yawning if you're hearing this through the podcast. We picked up some food. I had it was a croissant sandwich. I don't remember. It's been a while since. And I was like, okay, cool, had that, had my cup of coffee. Then I don't know where I wanted a soda for some reason. I'm not even sure why. So I was like, okay, cool. Then I happened to, long story short, when you get to the airport, make sure you use the restroom before getting on the plane. Yeah, I did not do that. I had to go to the bathroom really bad, and I was like, oh my goodness, I want to cry. And so luckily, the flight from California to Texas wasn't that long, but I had a layover. It was like 45 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I'll probably use the restroom, it'll be fine. So I did use the restroom, finally found one. Then from Texas to North Carolina, 4 or 5 hours later, holy cow. I was like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. But I had a person talk to her that was next to me, and I was talking to her, and she asked me where I was from. I was like, "Oh, I'm from California," and she was from what was a city? Yeah. Um, I think it was San Diego. I think she said, yeah. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I actually live a couple hours away from there." So we're talking here and there, and then met with my sister, did what stayed with her, and then it was honestly a long trip for me, extremely long. But one of the longest trip was driving from North Carolina back to California. Yeah, 2-day drive. Let's see that. So what happens is that I was like, well, I'm getting coffee, soda, candy, and an energy drink, which, like I say, energy drink, not healthy, but if you want to stay awake for that almost 24-hour drive, drink some coffee. I like coffee. I got mine next to me, which I should be drinking, but I think it's going to get cold, or I think it's cold already. I'm not really sure anymore. So we drove from North Carolina, which was like the week of Thanksgiving, from North Carolina to California. Yeah, doing that, it it was not fun. 2 days. 2 days. It took forever. Okay, forever. Sorry if I'm yawning a lot. I'm tired. It is about, 1 o'clock in the morning now. And I was like, my goodness, why is it taking forever just to get home? Which I realized it's on the other side of the United States. So, we're all driving, me and my parents. Then we stopped, we slept, and then we got up. And I was like, okay, cool, we gotta do what we gotta do. So we continue driving, and then the one thing I could say is that make sure you know which way to go and which freeway to take. Because we got lost. It was near, I want to say the outskirts of Texas. We're going into Texas and we got lost. And oh my goodness, I can't believe it happened. No. I take that back. That was when it was me and my dad. We were going to North Carolina. We left like at 3 in the afternoon, I think it was. And man, hold on. Coffee break. Okay, sorry if I'm yawning a lot. I'm tired. And yeah, it is still 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still awake. Well, I'll probably be awake until the next morning, until like 7:30 or something. But I'm like, okay. So it was actually with my dad, because we left California like around 3 in the afternoon, 3 or 4. We didn't get into Texas until the next morning, which was 7 a.m. And then we didn't get into, I think it was Dallas. I'm not really sure. Until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But it was funny because my dad asked me, he was like, hey, do you want to drive? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll drive. It was an empty road, free shot, everything. I'm right there, all right, it's the first time driving on a freeway, driving across the United States. Well, not technically the United States, like the desert in the United States. So I'm like, all right, Dad, I'll do it. Yeah, I did not last almost 20-45 minutes because I was tired. One, I was scared. Two, the road was bumpy for some reason. And I was like, okay, not gonna be doing this. I know that for a fact. So we just continue going. My dad took over, and we didn't get to North Carolina. I want to say we left on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday afternoon. We didn't get there until Wednesday evening, which was like 6 or 7. And I was like, okay, once we get there, I'm going straight to bed. I can say that for a fact because I do enough traveling. But it was funny because on the way, it was funny how this car was still standing and driving at the same time. My dad told me, he was like, hey, Paul, look out the window. I look out the window. There was a car literally still driving with 3 wheels. 3. You guys wondering are like, how's it 3 wheels? Long story short, it was 3 wheels. I know that for a fact. If people want to ask me, you can even ask my dad. He's seen it too. This car was literally on 3 wheels, still driving on the freeway. And I was like, wow, you don't see that every day. So we left. I was like, wow. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. I'm extremely tired. It's been a long day for me. So I was like, okay, you don't see that. The car person driving with 3 wheels, windows down, all happy, like, yeah, go. It's like we're stuck in traffic and you see this person just driving in his car with 3 wheels, just like nothing. I was like, wow. And then I tell my dad, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay awake with you, it'll be great. Yeah, I'm the worst co-pilot because I always fall asleep. It could be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I'm fast asleep already. And then I'm like, wow. But the one thing I could say is when it was me and my dad driving from Texas back to California to my brother's place, we left at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We didn't get back to California until 9 a.m. the next morning. Yeah, the next morning, people. Sorry. I'm yawning a lot. I'm so tired. It's not even funny. I gotta drink my coffee first. Okay. So, 9 a.m. the next morning, and we left. We didn't get into Arizona until like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, wow, how is this possible? We left at 1 in the afternoon in Texas, went in Arizona by 9 o'clock in the night. How is this impossible? Hey, we did it. And then we stopped. My dad rest. I was still awake for some reason. I'm not sure why. I think it was probably all the soda, candy, coffee, energy drink. Yeah, no, there's no energy drink. I'm sorry. I had to say that. But it was probably mostly the candy and the soda. Because I ate so much like chocolate. It was weird. Not technically not weird, but it was pretty good for me. And I was like, all right, sweet. I'm gonna stay awake. We could do this. Yeah, I was on a very bad sugar rush until once we get to my brother's apartment, I crashed. I completely crashed. I fell asleep on this couch, which it was 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, just leave me alone. Leave me alone, please. I just want to sleep. Just leave me alone. And yeah, but the one worst experience, traveling experience, is when it was me, my mom, my dad, and my niece. Okay, we were traveling from Texas, because my niece never been to Alamo, I think it was, and where I want to say it was New Mexico, Arizona. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was actually the outskirts of New Mexico going into Arizona. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. We stopped at a gas station. We filled up the gas tank, jumped on the road again. Yeah, turns to find out halfway on the freeway, they stopped. They completely stopped the freeway. They had a helicopter come down, pick up, I think it was someone, because I think someone got in an accident. I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe this just happened. So the freeway was closed about 3-4 hours, but I was like, wow. And we didn't get home until, I want to say, I think probably the next day, actually, because it literally felt forever just sitting there. But that was one of the worst traveling experience for me. Flying, I would not do. If someone paid me. Driving, I'll end up falling asleep. Boat, never got on a boat, so you're asking the wrong question. But the one thing I could say, two things I could say is between flying and driving. So I would not do that. Don't ask me. I would not fly. Even if it looks like a peaceful regular day, but going to the next city, it's got a storm. Yeah, nope, I would not do that. Driving, I'll fall asleep. I can say that now. Because as many times I tell people, oh, I'll stay awake with you. Yeah, yeah, I'm asleep. But I hope you guys enjoy the first episode of this podcast. Stay tuned for episode 2. This is Paul, and I am officially signing